cotton pieced quilt set. Greg Lawrence has been with us for, how many years have you been with us?
Almost 7.
Almost 7 years, nice. And he always has great ideas for how to kind of update a room or kind of just add new life to something, breathe new life into it. So this is the Cambridge 100% cotton pieced quilt. You're gonna choose your size, a twin, full, queen, or king. You're gonna choose whether or not you wanna use the easy pay of 5 easy payments of $14.80 to $19.60. Your savings here, because it is a clearance price, anywhere from $34 to $47, depending upon which one you're buying, because the retail on these goes anywhere from $108 to $145. Our largest size king, just to put that in perspective for you, is $98, not $145, because it is the piece work that's done here. So when you get a twin, do you get 1 sham and then 2 shams for everybody
2 shams
else?
for everything else.
Okay,
Absolutely.
take it away, because you don't have to choose color here. It's all here for us.
It is, and it's every color under the sun, really. The number one question I get, Rachel, when you know, people write in for Facebook or I meet people, why don't we have more quilts? And the simple answer is to find a quilt that's 100% cotton on the face, that's hand pieced, that's 100% cotton on the reverse. That's not $400 or $500 or $600 is difficult to find. And then when you add in the shams, it's just out of reach for most people. So we were able to source a wonderful company that's creating these cotton quilts, and it's special because of the hand piecing. As you look overhead on this, I want to show you, anybody who knows sewing or quilting, or if you think about it just realistically, if you cut a square or a rectangle and sew it, it's not so difficult. But once you start cutting curves, once you start cutting wedges with one area wider than the next, and then making it match, it's incredibly difficult. Each one of these pieces was hand cut, hand sewn, and then quilted. And you can see also the other hallmark of a beautifully made quilt is the balance. And if you look at this, you can see we have burgundies, deep roses, soft pinks, mustard colors, chocolate, all on a cream background, but also taupes, ivories, yellows, multiple shades of green. So as you look at this, it's not all dark green on one side and burgundy, it's very, very balanced. So when you look at the entire medallion in the center, it's incredibly balanced. And then there's a double picture frame border on this, which finishes it off. And it's just an heirloom quality. So if maybe you're putting together a hope chest for a grandchild, maybe it's a wedding you're going to or a bridal shower, this is something in 40 years, someone will get a compliment and they'll say, thank you, my grandmother gave that to me. And I always say, just because it didn't come from your hands doesn't mean it didn't come from your heart. You know because grandmas don't always know how to quilt anymore.
I agree. Can we hold this up for 1 second? I just want to show you like that wider shot. You see that double border. In the twin, we have fewer than 2 dozen to go around. Again, thinking of gifts for weddings, gifts for a new homeowner, maybe if somebody is moving into their very first home or their very first apartment, like what a wonderful way to give them something where every time they snuggle into bed, they think of you and you know how pretty this happens to be. And look at it, the back side
I want to show, it's almost like a matelassé on the reverse. I want to hold it, maybe we can get a shot. White is difficult to shoot because it blows out our lights and cameras, but you can see that stitching pattern. It's an all-over swirled, very lyrical design. So it has lots of interest on its own, and this is easy care. So throw it in the washing machine, throw it in the dryer, and the more you wash and dry this, the more it's going to bloom. And that really means it's going to get puffy and more dimensional because the cotton batting inside is going to puff up a bit. So if you just want to use it on this cream side, how beautiful that is. For just an elegant, simple look. But of course, the true beauty is in that hand piecing. And I think because of the colors, because of the style, I think it would look great with any shade of wood, whether the deeper woods like cherry and mahogany is going to pull out these chocolate colors. If you have pine or light oak, this golden color, this taupey shade is going to be more pronounced, but it really is very versatile.
What I love as we're on that overhead shot is that you almost have in each one, there's like a crown here, and then there's this lovely row
it's almost like a double wedding
different
ring.
Pieces. Yeah, exactly, right here. I love that we've got the pink, and then this is a little brighter with the cream there, and then little ditzy flowers, which is really awesome. Here, as you said, going into the chocolate, almost autumnal colors, then back to this magenta, which almost looks like there are roses in this one as well that you don't see. And then the background of roses, you know, when you get to the beige, and this is so pretty. You know, you'll find something that catches your eye all the time. And by the way, as we come down here a little bit, look at even the stitching on this, you know, in the border of the roses. That is contrast stitching that gives you that. I mean, what is this detail here? Did you call it vermicelli, or what did you call it?
Well, it's almost a swirl.
You said lyrical.
It's lyrical.
I
It's
love
very
it.
fluid. It's not a little vermicelli. It's not any specific horizontal stitch. It's just an all over. And it really just adds dimension to the floral side, but you really see it on the cream side. It becomes almost like a really expensive looking mat lizé.
Yeah, that is
Yeah,
really, really pretty.
there's-
And then remember, you're getting the quilt and shams.
Right.
So, you know, that's $74. That's the price for the twin. And then we go up that exponentially, not exponentially. The twin, the full queen, $17.80. That is not exponential in any way, shape, or form. The king is $19.60. I'm losing my words. Save $34 to $47 simply by shopping with us, because this quilt, did you say that it was handmade?
Yes, it's all hand pieced, hand cut. And talk about, obviously quilts are top of bed, but if you have a double story foyer with that big blank wall, you could certainly hang this as an artwork.
Nice. Yeah.
Or think about it as a tablecloth. If you have a long, skinny dining room table, order a twin, put that on it, set up your buffet. People think you're Martha Stewart.
Oh, okay.
If you have a round dining room table, order the queen, because it's going to be pretty much square, and it'll drape over. And again, if somebody spills mustard or
nice.
potato salad, throw it in the washing machine, throw it in the dryer. But it's just a really chic way to decorate and design. And I think this can look very traditional. It can look very country. It can look very boho chic. I think it can look very elegant. I just think it's a chameleon stylistically, and this is heirloom quality. This is not, you know, something where the problem when explaining this, when it's under $100, people aren't expecting much. But when you get this home and you see all the handwork, all of this cutting, all of these curves, I think you'll really be amazed, because I think you could easily add a $400 bill to the price of this and see it in some of those boutiques.
We have fewer than, Kevin, fewer than 350 now to go around. And I absolutely agree with you. You will be stunned. You have 30 days to love this and return it. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 100% cotton on both sides.
Yes, and a very light cotton fill.
Yeah, and beautifully done. Machine wash, tumble dry.
Beautifully finished.
You'll be like, I can't even believe that I got this for under $100 when you're buying it for that king size bed.
And the shams,
Like, how
yeah.
does that even work? And as you said, if you've ever shopped for shams,
They could be $30 a piece
easily
or more.
Easily.
Yeah.
H211532 is your item number. And what I love actually, Greg, is that there's no color, you know, choice to make. If you have taupe in your house, if you have, I was going to say house or life, if you have blue, if you have green, if you have pink, if you
Roses,
have
chocolates.
yellow, roses and chocolates,
It's
it works
also
with all
year
of them.
round. It can
Thank
look great in the summer or
Yeah.
in the autumn and fall.
Thank you
Thanks.
so much.
We'll
I
see you
appreciate
soon.
it. So.